So today is December 12th. It is day 14. It's been 2 weeks since I got a full mouth extraction and immediate dentures placed. Exciting. So in this video, I want to start going chronologically, and I want to talk about the kind of the pre-surgery era, if you will. Just kind of events that happened right before or before the surgery. So about a year and a half ago, I finally went to a new dentist. It had been a few years since I had seen a dentist, and since then I had moved to a new city. The dentist that I was going to moved to a different state. And at this time, I had a filling that had fallen out like months prior to this appointment. And it was the right canine. It was a filling right up at the front. And I kept putting that temporary tooth plaster filler material that you can get at like CVS, Walgreens, which is supposed to be just temporary till you can see a dentist. But I just kept putting it in for months on end. And had a few weddings that I had to go to. So I figured, might as well get it fixed. So I go to this dentist. He looks in my mouth and he gets pissed at me for not taking care of my teeth. Why he got so mad, I don't know. Maybe he was having an off day. He was just a giant butt. No, he was a jerk. Just the way he handled things. So he pretty much just said, well, your options are dentures or, dentures. And even then, you get about 10 years before you get so much bone loss that you won't be able to wear dentures and there's nothing that you can do. Oh, okay. I ran out of there crying, just overwhelmed with everything he said. I was not expecting that. Now, sticking with the self-sabotage theme of my life, instead of going to another dentist, getting a second opinion like normal people would do, and like I was advised, I just kept doing what I was doing, or not doing, just not taking care of my teeth, putting things off, putting off seeing or looking for another dentist, and my teeth kept getting worse and worse and worse. In reality, I was just scared. I didn't want to. I was too afraid to face my reality, that my teeth were that bad, that I would lose them. And it was all my fault. I had nobody else to blame but myself. And I hated myself even more than I did before that. So how did I handle the situation? Or how did I handle that problem? I just ignored it. Yeah, I figured if I ignore the problem won't exist. Logic. Pure logic. Yeah, I was a philosophy major there for a while. So over the next year, there were several events that happened that had taken a major toll on my self-esteem. This damn cat. So late October of this year, I was eating a quesadilla from Taco Bell. And so nothing crunchy, nothing hard, just a dang quesadilla. And my right lateral incisor, so not this front tooth, but the one right next to it, just broke off. Just decided, you know what, we're done. And I knew I would have to face what I was running from, what I was hiding from. I don't run. I don't have running shoes. I have cake getting shoes. Um, but, and I still didn't want to face it, but there was just no way around it. I had to see a dentist. So I made an appointment with a local dentist, one that I had heard only good things about. And I had no pain with this broken tooth. This damn cat. So I had no pain, but it was just front and center and destroying what little shred of self-confidence and self-esteem I had. So I go to the new dentist and I tell her what the previous dentist said. She looks in my mouth, says, yeah, you are definitely a denture candidate. She was actually surprised that I wasn't in excruciating pain. She couldn't even do like a flipper for the broken tooth just to temporarily get that fixed because the neighboring teeth were just that damaged. And she wasn't mean about the whole thing. She was actually very nice. She said, yeah, this is where you're at. That's just how it is. But it's not the end of the world. You still have some options, and we'll work with you with whatever you decide. And then I told her about my fear about the bone loss that the other guy mentioned. He said, there's no guarantee. Maybe you'll have bone loss, maybe you won't. We don't know what the extent would be if you do, or how long it'll take. There's no set 10, 20 years. It's on an individual basis. And even then, there's things that you can try, like bone grafting and other things. So that was kind of reassuring, which I really appreciated because I was terrified. So then I talked to another girl who kind of talked me through what denture options they had, and kind of talked about the denture process. And she was really cool. Straightforward, didn't sugarcoat anything. She wasn't mean about it. Just said, you know what? Dentures or implants, first 6 months are gonna suck. She wasn't lying. So then there's the whole, I thought I could swing the financing for implants, but that fell through. So, dentures it is then, huh? Yay. And I figured if I work on my finances, which aren't too terrible, but if I just work on improving that, I could knock it off. I could comfortably afford the implants in about a year, 2 at the most. So as long as I thought about the traditional dentures as this very temporary thing until I can afford implants, I was okay with it. Kinda. So then it was about 3 more weeks after that decision that I got surgery. And in that time, I was a colossal emotional roller coaster. Oh yeah, Cedar Point is no match for that. I mean, I was up and down and sideways, and there's tunnels and spirals, and there's a water section. It was, yeah, you get the picture. So I kept going between thinking, okay, you know what, my teeth will look so much better. That'll improve my self-esteem and my confidence, and life might start getting better. And then the next minute, and actually spent more time in this other state, just a negative, overly critical thoughts like, damn it, Irina, you're only 32, you are too young. Dentures are for people eligible for senior discounts, not you. What are you doing? And you'll never change. It won't change you. You'll still be this socially awkward, hideous, self-sabotaging monster. You'll just have better teeth. And people will notice. they'll know you're wearing dentures and they'll judge you, and guys won't want to date you. What are you thinking? Your life is pretty much over. Yeah, I was a hot mess, or what I like to call an acute on chronic hot mess. Because I've always been a mess to some extent. This was just an acute episode. And there was other factors that played into that, like my depression and my anxiety that just got magnified. Um, but that brings us to the week right before the surgery. So I'll talk about the days in the week before the surgery in the next video because this one's already way too long. Okay, say bye, buddy. Bye.